What is going on, guys? It is Fluxified here and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about all of the latest Rust console news of the week, and you know what, there's a fair bit to go into. We got some new gameplay clips of the next gen version, some specific details of what exact new content we'll be getting at the launch of the next gen version, and a few other things as well. There's quite a lot of news to unpack here, so let's get into it. Let's kick things off with some celebration news. Rust console just hit its 4th anniversary, and to celebrate that, you can now pick up a new P2 pistol skin that is now available in your respective storefront. So whether you're on Xbox or PlayStation, you can now claim this anniversary skin completely free. Now, if you ask me, this skin isn't the craziest skin of all time, but you know what, it is free at the end of the day, and it does mark 4 whole years of Rust console. That's 4 whole years of raiding, roof campers, door campers, and you name it. A lot has happened over these past 4 years, so whether you've been here since day one or you just hopped in recently, you can now claim this skin free of charge. Next up, we got a new clip of the next gen version, and you know what, it might look a little bit normal at first, it's just a player reviving another player, but I did actually notice some interesting things, and that is that the text on screen is actually like super clear, like really clear, which actually leads me to suggest that this text is being rendered at 4K resolution. Now, I know you might be thinking, okay, well, what does this actually mean to us? Well, that means that it's not just the environments in the game that are getting a big boost, but the actual user interface should be rendered at a much higher resolution now as well, which basically means that everything's going to look a lot clearer. All of the text in the game is going to look a lot cleaner, a lot crisper, just less blurry in general. It's definitely one of the smaller upgrades I've noticed, but you know what? It is appreciated, and any upgrade over what we have now is definitely welcomed. It's one of those things that honestly just makes me even more excited for the release of this version. Now, we did also get 2 other gameplay clips. The other one was a time-lapse inside the power plant monument. We can see it going from day to nighttime, and I mean, there's not too much to say here. It does look really good. At this point, we really do know what the next gen version looks like, so I don't want to dwell on it for too long, but it definitely is another showcase for this next gen version, and it does look very good. The next clip we saw showed off a new skin, specifically the L96 Orion's Fury skin, which is one of the bonuses with the ultimate version of the game. And this skin is really, really cool. Honestly, it looks so good, and the only thing that makes me a little bit sad is that the L96 is actually quite a rare weapon in the game. It's not something your average solo or duo player is going to get, so I really do hope that maybe they can move this skin to some other weapons as well. It definitely does look really nice, and I can already imagine it looking equally as good on a Tommy or a MP5. Now, moving on to one of the biggest news of the week, there has been quite a lot of confusion over what exactly we will get at the launch of the next gen version. Naturally, we all saw OBIE's recent gameplay video, but that didn't really confirm if we were actually getting those things at the launch of the game, and for all we knew, scrap helicopters could have been something coming in the post-launch plans or even in the public test branch. Thankfully though, that has now been cleared up thanks to a good friend of the channel, CNQR Toxic. He actually asked this question to Pedro Silva, the community manager, and Pedro actually responded saying that anything part of OBIE's video is actually planned to be there on day 1. So this means that yes, scrap helicopters, hot air balloons, parachutes, improved building animations, and everything else we saw in that gameplay is planned to be there on day 1 for the next gen version. And honestly, that's a massive win for the community. If these things hadn't have been coming on day 1, I do think there would have been a bit of an uproar from the community, as most of us were probably expecting that, so it's really good to have that confirmation. Now, there definitely is one big question mark in the air, and that is regarding minicopters. We really don't know what the situation is with minicopters at the moment. All we know is that they haven't been confirmed for launch, but the developers also haven't come out and said that they aren't coming at launch either. And it really does make me think that maybe the developers are holding something back for a last minute reveal. We do know that a trailer 2 will most likely be coming before the next gen version releases, so maybe if they really want to stir up the hype for this version, maybe they show a minicopter in the last few seconds of that trailer just as one last minute reveal. Honestly, I really do think that if minicopters weren't coming, the developers would have come out and said this definitively right now just to set expectations in line. Naturally, we do know that we're getting these scrap helicopters on launch now, but realistically, I do think that most players would actually prefer minicopters over scrap helicopters. Even though it's still a form of air transport, minicopters are cheaper to purchase than a scrap helicopter, so they do benefit smaller groups. And, you know, for the people that aren't playing with 8 to 10 people, scrap helicopters aren't really going to do much for you. It really has been minicopters that the community has been asking for all of these years. So I do think perhaps a last second surprise is in order. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So that just about wraps up this video. If you are looking forward to the next gen version of Rust console, please be sure to like this video and also consider subscribing, because I do post weekly update videos just like this every single week. But for now though, I have been Fluxified, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the beach.